storylines. I've got some storylines for you here. It's my picks, my preseason picks for the NBA season. Let's sprinkle a little plus 1,800 on Trae Young for MVP. Jokic won it last year. I think Trae Young is obviously the face of his franchise. He's going to get a ton of points, ton of assists, see if he could turn even more into a Steph Curry-like player and put up astronomical three-point shooting numbers. So I like Trae Young there as a little sprinkle of some value for MVP. And I told you, LaMelo was the best player in the draft last year. He was the rookie of the year. Obviously, a lot of Anthony Edwards. This is the best time of the year for me, right? Where I get to continually bash Anthony Edwards, which I got something for him too, because he's not the best player in his draft. The Timberwolves got something for them as well. Are you guys excited for this year? You don't have a GM, but I like Jalen Suggs. I kind of took a shot there at the T-Wolves, but I was really trying to get to my rookie of the year point. I thought LaMelo was the best player in that draft. I think Jalen Suggs is not necessarily the best player, but provides the most value in the rookie of the year race. Evan Mobley is going to be like Wiseman. He's not going to do anything for the Cavs. I think he's backing up Jared Allen. That team's going to be trash. Cade Cunningham's a great player, and he's obviously had all the hype, but I don't know. The three-point shooting isn't quite there. His team is going to be terrible for Detroit. I think he's the favorite, right? Because, and then the hype around Jalen Green, the Rockets are garbage. I don't know what's going on with that. He could be more like the Anthony Edwards guy where he's a big scorer, but we'll see where their numbers are at. I think Suggs is a more complete player, played at a high level in high school, played in the national championship game, hit clutch shots in that run to the national championship game. A little bit more complete player, shooter, great ball IQ, reminds me a little of LaMelo. So I like Jalen Suggs there, rookie of the year. I'm getting him at 7-1. Some season totals, right? We're going back to the 82 game season. 72 game last year. Now we're back to business as usual, 82 games. Celtics, remember Brad Stevens gets kicked upstairs, a little bit odd. Well, Jaylen Brown's coming back, but 46.5 is a little bit high for me. The Kemba leaving might actually help them. They get Schroeder. Enes Kanter is actually a big ad they got from Portland in free agency. Celtics under 46.5, though. I think that's a little bit too high. Who knows what's they're going to be with a new coach. Pelicans, Zion's going to be out for an extended time. He's always an injury risk. Stan Van Gundy, 1 year, and then he's gone. Mutual parting of ways. David Griffin's a very odd executive. Pelicans lose Ball. Who's left? It's just Ingram. And then when Zion, whenever he comes back, I mean, that's good. Zion's going to leave the Pelicans, not like AD. I mean, that's where stars go to die. Pelicans under 35.5. I like Jalen Suggs, Orlando over 22.5. Let's see if they can make some noise. They just need to win a couple games there. That's very low. Oklahoma City's not bad. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, same thing. I'm going to play a couple of low totals here. Orlando over 22.5 games wins. Oklahoma City over 23.5. I think Oklahoma City's certainly got capability. A team that won 21 games last year. They just need a couple more with 10 more added games. I think that's easy. Toronto, they lose Lowry, no DeRozan. It's OG Anunoby and Fred VanVleet. Excuse me, under 36.5. Mentioned Houston's going to be terrible, under 26.5. I like the Hornets. They're plus money to make the playoffs. They made the playoffs last year. These are a little confusing because does it include if you get to the play-in game? Does that mean you made the playoffs? Do you have to be in the final 8 and win your playoff game? I don't know. But I like the Hornets plus money to make the playoffs. I like the Bulls to miss the playoffs, which has got Bulls fans up in arms. Yep, so another year, and now I've got Bulls and Timberwolves fans after me. Timberwolves under 35.5 games is the lock of the century. I don't know where they're getting these games from. Anthony Edwards, 21% from beyond the arc in his preseason games. He also played the most minutes. Yikes. Isn't he supposed to get better year 2? I know it's preseason, but bottom line is the Wolves are not 12 more games better than last year just because they swapped Ricky Rubio for Pat Bev. Sorry, not happening. They're the same team now, just without a GM. And I know I said the Houston Rockets are terrible. I actually like the Rockets to win on Wednesday in Minnesota for the season opener. Bulls, I'm just not a believer. I mean, Lonzo Ball, okay, you make the splashy, you've done this a couple of years now. You make the splashy free agency since Derrick Rose tore up his knee. I mean, that was when you thought you had the second coming of NJ, and unfortunately injuries robbed that. And then you signed, how many of you guys got Dwayne Wade jerseys? How'd that work out? This is a ragtag team of the number 2 guys. Vucevic, He's only made the playoffs twice in his long career. It's getting up there now. Never higher than the 7th seed with the Magic. DeRozan nearly missed the playoffs with Pop, a guy that makes it every year, right? They made it to the play-in game. And he was always a playoff shrinker in Toronto. Lonzo Ball never made the playoffs, traded from LA to the Pelicans. Nothing doing. Levine's never made the playoffs. Like, where are we getting this hype from? I don't understand it. It's a nice group of players, but it's not playoff bound. I don't think they scare anyone in the East. Sure, you could be a 500 team, but again, I wouldn't be so overly confident and, think that that's going to be the play based on these guys, because I can confidently say personally that I've got 10 teams better than they are. 76ers, Nets, Bucks, Hawks, Miami Heat, who had Kyle Lowry, Celtics, Pacers get Karis LeVert back, Knicks, right? They were the surprise team last year. You'd imagine Tibbs got those guys up. They get Kemba, and it's going to be okay, right? And the Hornets could maybe sway me on the last two. But I don't know why the hopes are sky high again. Again, you buy another DeRozan, Lonzo Ball jersey that's going to be irrelevant in 3 years if this experiment doesn't work out with Billy Donovan, who missed the playoffs. So just some thoughts. Again, let's let the season roll. It begins on Tuesday, and we'll kind of see how things shake out.